I'm Christy B with Daily Life Management, as well as Manage Life Daily. Checking in.
I am J. Michelle, your favorite braider, your favorite therapist. Make sure you follow me on all platforms.
I'm David A. I guess I gotta follow this. I'm your favorite stylist.
Okay.
Most importantly, a kingdom worker. I share the gospel wherever I go. But friend, you need me, holler at me, pick up, follow me on all social platforms, and here to help share the word with them.
Take those steps with confidence. And that's what matters. Showing up. Sometimes all thing you have to do is show up.
That's the
Because it's already yours. Like JJ, I'm proud you showed up. Like that, this is yours. This environment is yours. You're creating a safe space for men like you, and only thing you have to do is show up. It don't cost you nothing sometimes.
Well, first of all, let's give Christy her flowers. Because we would not be here if it was not for Christy B. Let's start there first. And I don't think that we get enough praise from people around us. I think we get so comfortable with saying, oh, that's nice, oh, that's cute, I'm happy for you. But to genuinely tell somebody and to give them their flowers while they're here and to let them know that we were doing this, we just talked about this off camera 4 years ago.
Right.
So if we would still be harping on the fact that it did not come to fruition the way we wanted it,
We wouldn't be showing up the way
we would not have shown up today. Even if you weren't obedient to what God told you and put in your spirit to even start this, to even bring it back, to know that, okay, maybe it wasn't our timing then, but now is the time.
Right.
Now we're all in different spaces, good and bad, because what you said earlier, pain is necessary.
Pain is necessary.
Yeah.
Yes. So since we talked about creating a plan, you have to create a plan. What works for you, not what works for everyone else.
Yeah.
What actually works for you and will make you feel good about getting up and starting your day every day. That's the intentional lifestyle that we speak about. The next thing that I want to talk about, building new habits. Building new habits. How do you do that? What do that look like? How can you create a new habit for yourself? Some people don't know that. Some people never created habits for themselves. They just put in the environment, adapt to that environment, and they rolling with it. And years down the line, 6, 7 years down the line, 7 is just keep coming up. But 6, 7 years, just keep, doing the same thing, provided with the necessary environment survival modes, instead of creating or establishing new habits that work for them or their future selves. So what would you guys say? How do you build new habits?
You want to throw in
No,
the
go
7?
ahead. And listen.
From the
Go
9
ahead,
on,
go
I'm
ahead.
throwing the 7. It really just starting somewhere. Like really just start somewhere and like just give yourself a full week. Because you just start day 1 and you feel like nothing changed, like nothing gonna change.
Right.
You gotta get to the end of the week to really identify like some change. So that just even if it's just like, you know what, I'm gonna get up early this morning. I'm not a morning person, but I'm gonna get up early. And then you are a morning person, like you talking that over your life. Because I'm gonna be real, like if Mr. Johnny say, hey, you gotta be to work at 6:30.
You getting up and you gonna be there at 6:30.
So why you can't show up for yourself?
Yes.
Show up for yourself at 6:30.
And I'm sorry not to cut you off, but I want to talk about that. Like we all know that we done had things placed on our heart.
Yeah.
But it's the confidence that we give to push ourselves. And the number one thing that I'm learning, because I think you did my hair. Sleek, sleek seasons. But when you did my hair, I think the number one thing I was telling you, I'm like, Jade, I'm ready to get back into, I need content.
Yeah.
I never stopped. My business never stopped. My building, I never lost my place. Like the business is here, but people don't know.
Because if it's not documented,
9 times out of 10 it didn't happen. So my clients getting their letter for court, but are the people in the world who know me, do they understand who I'm growing to become? And I think me telling you that, I was like, Jade, my number one thing that I'm going into this summer with is content. So I can post one day and then go the rest of the summer without posting anything. That's not going to create a new habit for me. My thing that's going to create my new habit for this world of me trying to establish content for my business is every day staying consistent. Every day putting a new piece of information out there. Every day trying to figure out what do we need, who do I need, where do we start to make sure that it's consistently being productive or being consistent with creating those new habits.
But I think it's only hard because you got to go to the root. How do I even identify the bad habits I have to change them to good habits? And I think when you start doing that, you have to look in the mirror. And that hurts because you start to not like what you see. You don't like the habits that you're doing. You don't like your procrastination. You don't like your laziness. And it's all of these things that we're seeing in ourselves, and we try to just overlook it and just say, well, I get up and I go to work.
Right. So
I'm making money. I ain't that lazy. I'm paying my bills. I can, but it's no purpose in that. That's just a constant survival mode. And I think here, we can only speak for New Orleans because this is where we from. That's all that this city is in. It's in survival mode. And from our conversation, it's a kill or be killed. It's I'm gonna get you before you get me type of situation. So we're always trying to just make it to the next day.
Right.
But if I identify my bad habits, I know that I can start creating new ones.
Yes.
I think go back to the book you talked about. Also, since we shouting out churches, shout out the Life Point Church. Something my pastor always said is circle are better than rows. We need the rows every Sunday.
Right.
Yeah.
But you need that circle.
That circle
a
as
circle
well.
that you can do life group. A circle that hey, I'm going to get my hair done.
Yeah.
It actually turn to a therapy session.
Right.
Somebody I can go work out with, but
let me plug your favorite therapist. I'm not just a braider. I'm a therapist. You get it? Your favorite therapist. Yeah.
But that's important though. Like somebody I can just, you know what? I'm going to work out. I know JJ work out in the morning.
Yeah.
Let me go work out with JJ. Then it becomes a
Accountability.
bond, a relationship, accountability.
Yes.
Somebody I can talk with
You start to
personally.
just look forward to seeing and doing that workout.
Yeah.
And when you have an accountability partner, not only are you, because sometimes it's easy to let ourselves down. We think, oh, nobody watching. I say I'm gonna do this. I say I'm gonna do this, and then I didn't do it. Nobody paying attention. But when you have an accountability partner, team, whatever the case may be, you hold yourself and them up into higher standards.
Yep.
I'm not gonna let myself down, because if I let myself down, I'm letting my accountability partners down.
Yep.
And that counts way more than just brushing my own feelings under the rug, because now I have to deal with the fact that I let you down.
Yeah. And they gonna call me on it.
That too, but it go deeper to that. Because I know it's not like I'm letting them down, but guess what? They got my back. So when I fall, guess what? I
They
know
catching
they're
me.
there to pull me
Yes.
up.
That's it.
They're there to catch me. They're there for me to just vent and just tell me, and you're in your own head right now.
Yes. Get out the way.
Right. Dave, damn, I'm dealing with the same thing too. Let's
Yes.
deal with it together.
That part.
Because sometimes we just deal with life on our own and just hide inside. And just start trying to figure out I could just do this by myself. You can't. I'm here to tell you, you can't do it by yourself.
And that's why for the month of June, our biggest goal was just trying to get men to understand that you're not alone. You don't have to suffer in silence. You don't have to think that you're the only person going through what you're going through, because you're not.
Yeah.
You know?
That's the biggest misconception. Honestly, I know everybody got issues.
Everybody.
Yes.
I really feel like everybody.
Everybody have issues.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Just because they sitting in that big old house by themselves,
Okay.
drive 8 different cars by themselves, and go to the bank to buy whatever it is, guess what? They still got issues.
But it's the
They still
vulnerability.
deal with
It's the vulnerability.
It's the vulnerability of feeling comfortable. I watched a podcast yesterday. My friend sent me a link, and it was of DC Young Fly. And of course, we all know what he dealt with recently of losing his fiance. And it was something that they asked him was, how do he get through it? And he said, I don't have a therapist. God is my therapist. But God sent me people who can feel comfortable. I feel comfortable with expressing my emotions. And they listen.
That part.
They don't judge me. They don't belittle me. They don't make me feel less than. They sit there, and he said if they listen for hours.
Right.
Every time I called, they answer. Me and Christy, we joked this morning because we received a text in the group, and JJ sent it, and I was like, I'm calling because I'm not a texter, but I'm a call. But I think it's just all about communication. It's all about being able to open up your mouth and say, hey, this is what I'm dealing with.
Right.
This is how I'm feeling. Can you help me?
Yes. And I think that goes with, since Dave always going deeper, I'm gonna go deeper this time. I think that comes with better communication, comes with being intentional.
Yeah.
If I know how I'm coming in this season, I'm not gonna leave that text unread.
Yeah.
Or I'm not gonna not place that phone call, because I'm very intentional about who I am and how I'm coming.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna call you and let you know, hey, I'm sorry.
Or
I'm not even sorry, I'm there already. Like just having a better line of communication, and that draws you closer to the things that you're trying to be, or the place you're trying to go.
So drive you closer to God.
And it drives you very closer to God.
He does everything in decency and order. And if my order is being intentional in making my plan, writing it out, making it plain, identifying my bad habits to create new habits, now God is going to allow me to have that gratitude in my heart. Segue. So since we're talking about gratitude, let's go into we talked about creating a plan. We also talked about building new habits. Let's talk about gratitude as a daily practice. We need to talk about waking up with a grateful heart. Waking up no matter where you woke up. We have people waking up in different places, different settings, different struggles. We still have to be grateful of what we have in this present moment, because those tools that we have might be all we need to get us to the next level.
I ain't gonna lie, I think gratitude is one thing that will keep me sane every day. Because I think about my life, just going through so many rough situations. Like in college, I had a girlfriend that died, and grandma and grandpa in the same month. That kind of stuff overwhelming. I almost fell out of school. I made a lot of poor decisions in that time period. And just, looking back at the people I had around me, they refused to not let me go to class. They refused to let me stay in my room all day. You know what I'm saying? And they, like you said, like non-judgmental.
Accountable for you.
And so I think about those situations and the people, and a lot of them still in my life. And so I think about those situations and people I had, and I'm just always grateful for the things that I experienced, either good or bad, because I usually have good people on the other side.
And I want to stop you. I don't mean to cut you off. I'm sorry. You see, I made a lot of poor decisions. I think what I tell a lot of my clients who come and sit in my chair, because it's deeper than hair. It's healing in my chair for sure.
Yes.
You said you made a lot of poor decisions. I think to switch our mindset is, at that time, you made the best decision that you could with the hand that you were dealt. And I think that now, us being older, we sit back and we look at it hindsight 2020. That's like, all right, I could have made a better choice than that. But at the age you were at, with your circumstances, we came from New Orleans. Hurricane Katrina put us there. Like, we wouldn't have been in Grambling. They was in Grambling because they wanted to be, but we wouldn't have been in Grambling. If Katrina would, it was a different story for us. So for us to be there, because all of us is Graham family, let's just put that out there. And I owe a lot. I owe a lot. I owe so much to Grambling. And even with Christy, with me doing her hair, I just told her off camera porch and stadium view. Years. Many moons ago. But I did her hair on a porch, but just her then believing that I could do it. Just because I told you. And trusting in me. Instilling so much in me back then, and to see somebody who had a full scholarship, we had a chair scholarship, and in my mind, we don't get that in New Orleans. I didn't know anything outside of the St. Bernard Senate. That's the only bus. I never knew anything about the West Bank. I didn't know anything. I was so ignorant. So now to be in a college where I'm seeing somebody who went to Old Perry Walker and you got a scholarship.
So I'll connect to that. It was actually a track scholarship. And that came about because the type of people I was surrounded, my circle that I kept, my boyfriends in high school had footballs. They was going on football retreats. They was going to days where they can go out here and spend time on a campus. I didn't even know what college was. I knew what it was, but I didn't understand it. So it took me to be like, you know what? I'm around all these people who going on college tours, college this, but nobody come and show us nothing. And it took me to be like, okay, I didn't know too much. So when I did graduate high school, I had 4 scholarships for different colleges. I turned them all down because I was told, as long as you graduate high school and don't get pregnant, you made it.
You made it.
And I thought, but then I thought I made it until after graduation. I got into a little scuffle, and that led me to lockup, not even in jail, but in lockup. And I got out and I said, Ma, I want to go to college. That's in my book. My black HBCU experience. I wrote about what gave me that opportunity to even want to go to college, because nobody was in our area as role models. It was nobody that I can look up to. Even the teachers at school, I thought that it was difficult to be a teacher. Like, I didn't understand adulthood as a child, and that was big. And that's why now that I am an adult, I try to bridge that gap with every child that crossed my path, because I'm a teacher now. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that I'm a teacher now? But I feel like I'm one of the best representations of that, being able to relate to these kids. So that way, if I'm relatable to these kids, let me use what I got to show them what's in their future.
Yeah.
Don't think about the day. You know, and that's what we have to learn how to teach people. Stop thinking about what's in front of you at this current moment. Like, think about it, see where you at, but then focus on what's to come. Because life is so much more ahead of you. Your best days, you haven't even touched that yet. Your best age, you haven't even got there. This is the youngest I'm ever be, and I'm fabulous. And I'm going to be greater. I am thinking about my 40-year-old self.
Yeah.
I would never be able to say, hey, I'm this young again, but on my mind, the only thing I can think about is who I'm going to be in my 40s. Because I'm planning for that. I'm planting seeds for that. I want to create the harvest that I know I want then. So,
overall, it goes back to like what y'all were talking about, those circles. Like, those circles are truly important. I know it's men's mental health. Like, I'll just give a testimony. Like, for myself, it just was just being in a dark place, like the darkest place ever in my life, like truly dark. Well, I gave up on myself, literally gave up on myself. People calling me, checking on me, like I'm brushing them off. Had somebody close in my circle, literally drove 8 hours, and man, I'm coming to check on you. Like, you don't sound right, like you're not who you are. And it goes back to like what we talked about, being at ground and being connected in the circle around the right people. Like, they knew, oh, this is different. Like, it's not the same person. This person's not showing up like they usually say. Like, they're not doing exactly what they're supposed to be doing. And it goes to those things, and then that's what just helps you transform your mind. Like, understand that I have to put myself around the right people. If I don't put myself around the right people, I'm gonna fall into the same habits, the same wheelhouse, the same everything. Because I know we talked about like Grambling. Like, Grambling didn't, like, I didn't choose Grambling. Grambling chose me. Again, circle. Somebody was going to Grambling before. Hey, y'all come to Grambling. This is what we have. I'm like, all right, cool. I ain't want to go, but my circle was like, hey, just go, try it out, see if it works for you. I went, literally fighting out every day. Literally fighting every day fighting, like fighting every day.
That's why it's so important to understand that you know better. You
do better. You do better, and you just change your mind.
You just change your mind.
What happened to me was like, I started looking at it like, okay, I'm fighting all these people, but somebody gonna be somewhere someday. And then once it clicked like that, I was like, okay, wait, I need to stay connected to these people, because sometimes they're like, okay, I'm just gonna tear down, I'm gonna burn this bridge. You never know when you gotta walk across that bridge again. Like, you never know who you get connected with again, and just keep yourself.
And I think that's what sets people apart in this New Orleans area. I think the survival mode put a lot of people back against the wall, and it makes you burn a lot of bridges that don't necessarily need to be burned. You know what I'm saying? And that we don't need to do that. We need to understand, and it's one of the things I tell a lot of kids that cross my path. You about to go to college, the number one thing, if I can tell you anything, is network. I went to college and everybody knew me. Everybody loved me. But I made little to none people that I hold on to years to come. You have to network. You have to make sure that you are understanding that this might be a future doctor. This might be a future lawyer. This might be a future business owner, someone who can help me or guide me in certain directions. We have to understand the importance of that. Being able to hold on to people or have people in your life for reasons, seasons, whatever the case may be. But networking, that's very important. You trying to be intentional with your living, you trying to create this intentional lifestyle, start by making networking, doing different things with different people. Create a team, create an accountability team. All that stuff matters. Okay, so that we talked about creating a plan. We talked about building new habits. You have to start somewhere. And stay consistent. Yes. And the next thing we talked about was gratitude as a daily practice. I say write down something that you want to achieve, that you want to get done, a new goal that you want to have, practice it daily. Start like what Dave said, 7 days. Once you do 7 days, you can go 14 days. You do 14 days, it's become a habit. That's how you create new habits. Make it plain. Write it down. Watch it manifest to life. Any closing remarks?
First of all, sorry about that, guys. Definitely going to school, gonna keep calling. I think that I'm so thankful for this space. I don't think that it's enough of spaces like this for people to talk, process feelings, even if it's something really quick, right? That you can sit and just say, hey, this is how I operate, and this worked for me. And I think collaborating, brainstorming, this breeds great ideas. This breeds $1 million businesses. This breeds millionaires. And I think this city now that what we're seeing is more millionaires are coming about in New Orleans because the creativity is here. And everything that we need and everything that you need is inside of you. Correct. I think it just takes the right people to help bring it out.
Bring it out of you, yes. Thank you. Closing remarks?
Like you said, just start somewhere, but then stay consistent. Like, it's gonna be uncomfortable, it's gonna hurt. You're not gonna have it all figured out in that first week, but just try. Just keep going. And then it just becomes a snowball effect. And then you just feel like, oh, I'm up at 4:45, it's easy. I'm reading this book, oh, it's easy. I'm working out, it's easy. I'm connecting with this person, I'm networking with this person. I'm just being able to be around a bunch of people just to have that conversation. Oh, I shared a tear, and it didn't hurt me to share a tear. I had to let it out. And then conversations start flowing differently. And just find your circle. I know you guys are doing something on the 26th. Maybe that be your start. Just find a men's group, find a circle, find someone to talk to.
I'm just gonna say, just try. Even if you don't know what you're doing, go on Google, YouTube, look something up, try, and then like Dave said, be consistent. Do it for 7 days, do it for 14 days, and after a while, 3 months down the line, you'll be the master information you looked up.
Thank you. So, well, I just would like to thank everyone for tuning in. I feel like this space that we are creating is necessary conversations, and these conversations will most definitely heal. So continue to tap in with Daily Life Management, the podcast, the conversation that heals. And one more thing, I want you to know that living with intention turns your healing into a lifestyle. Thank you. Have a great day.
Bye.